now getting some breaking news on the broadcast. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has written an article criticizing dynasty politics, saying, and I'm quoting, dynastic politics pose a great threat to India's democracy. Tharoor also says that apart from the Gandhis associated with the Congress, there are similar situations in multiple states. He then takes the example of DMK in Tamil Nadu, the BJD in Odisha, Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh, Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. It is high time, he says, India traded dynasty for meritocracy. This would require fundamental reforms, from imposing legally mandated term limits to requiring meaningful internal party elections, together with a concerted effort to educate and empower the electorate to choose the leaders based on merit. My colleague Pallavi is with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, meritocracy is what Shashi Tharoor is banking for. Certainly, this is not going to go down well with the first family of the Congress party.
Well, I mean, he hasn't very directly taken the name of the Congress party, but we know that this is exactly what the Congress is identified with, dynasty politics. And this has always been the language which has been raised by the BJP, including the Prime Minister, that if the BJP is a party where someone from a humble background can rise up to the most powerful position in the Congress party, there's a sense of entitlement. And that sense of entitlement comes in from a dynasty kind of a politics which is running. And obviously the clear reference is as far as the Gandhi family is concerned. What Shashi Tharoor essentially wrote was in the context of the fact that it's not just in India but world over, merit should become the main factor when it comes to deciding who should be in power, who are the ones who should wield that kind of power. But his point where he says that dynasty politics has no place in a democracy, well, of course it's going to be lapped up by the BJP to say that one of your own is now saying this about the kind of dynasty politics we see in the Congress party. Within the Congress, as of now, mum's the word. They've never been very comfortable with Shashi Tharoor's ideas because they feel that on multiple public platforms, he's ended up, kind of embarrassing the Congress. They feel that he has spoken a language which has only helped the BJP, whether it is Operation Sindhu, the Pahalgam terror attack, and multiple other issues as well. So the Congress discomfort and the Congress's unhappiness with this latest article of Shashi Tharoor is going to be very, very obvious.
Right. Also, Pallavi, look at the examples that he has taken. He's, of course, not just talking about the Congress party, but he speaks about the Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Sena particularly. He speaks about the Samajwadi Party. Then he also speaks about the Trinamool Congress, particularly Mamata Banerjee says that although she has not come as a direct heir to any political identity as far as the country is concerned, but who she's choosing to be her heir happens to be her nephew. So all of it against either the Congress or the India Bloc parties certainly is a self-call by Shashi Tharoor, even if he claims that his statement will be now dissected and taken out of context.
Yes, you're right. All of them are allies of the Congress party, whether it's the Samajwadi party, what is RJD. But I think his words are going to resonate more in the battleground state of Bihar, because just a short while back when the Prime Minister was speaking, he was actually talking about the Lalu Yadav factor. He was talking about Tejasvi Yadav. So the kind of dynasty politics which is being seen as far as the Mahagathbandhan goes. The Mahagathbandhan, according to the Prime Minister, also has two big dynasties as a component of it. One, of course, is the Gandhi family, Rahul Gandhi being a part of it, and other being Tejasvi Yadav. So Shashi Tharoor's words will resonate more in Bihar. I won't be too surprised if at the next rally of the Prime Minister or any other senior leader of the BJP, this very article of Shashi Tharoor is used to make a larger point to the people or to the voters of Bihar that do you really want to vote for a political party where always a dynasty will give a preference. And also very quickly, if you look at the recent Sardar Patel event which took place when the Prime Minister went there, when it comes to Karpuri Thakur, all of in that case, again the point which was made that anyone who does not belong to the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty is completely ignored by the Congress.
Right, absolutely, Pallavi. Thank you so much for that perspective. We also have Neetu Regu Kumar now joining us on the broadcast. Neetu, speak about the timing. This is giving the NDA, the BJP on a platter right at the time of Bihar elections and the campaigning that is on in full force.
campaign going on in full swing. There's been an article where the title itself is Indian politics are a family business, and the beginning itself goes on to say that for decades one family has covered over Indian politics, talking about the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. And not just that, but he also goes on to talk about the others, including be it Stalin, M.K. Stalin's party, the DMK in South, in Maharashtra, the Shiv Sena alliance. He also says that when it comes to Mamata Banerjee or Mayawati, even though they don't have a family, they have already appointed their nephews as the next heir. He talks about the BJD in this. Now, he also goes on to say that for better democracy, this should be done away with. So that is the larger message that has been said. We have earlier also seen Tharoor writing articles and issuing statements which have put his party in situations like this in a tough spot. Dynastic politics pose a great threat to Indian democracy, and when political power is determined by lineage rather than ability, commitment or grassroots engagement, the quality of governance suffers. And as we have been pointing out rightly at the time when campaigning is going on in full swing in Bihar, definitely the BJP will be using this as a weapon.
Right, absolutely. Also, Neetu, the fact that even in as part of examples, he's not really gone after the Bharatiya Janata Party. All his analysis is based on either the Congress Party or the allies of the Congress Party, for that matter. Even if he goes far into the Indian subcontinent and takes examples from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, that is a larger point that he goes on to make, how world over merit should take precedence. But certainly this point will not be driven home as far as his own political party, the Congress Party, is concerned.
That's correct, but we know that earlier also Tharoor's statements have not gone very well within the party. There has been several criticism against Shashi Tharoor, so there will be criticism for this also. But for some time what we have been seeing is that the leaders are trying not to make a statement out of what Tharoor says. Many times we have seen that the Congress has left it at that. So far in the state of Kerala, no one has reacted to this article that Tharoor has written, where he says that drawing from a smaller talent pool is never advantageous, but it's especially problematic when candidates' main qualification is their surname. So he's gone on to say about attack this entire way in which it's being done, and this article itself is titled as Indian politics are a family business.
Right, Neetu, what are you learning from your sources? Like you have mentioned that so far there is no response from Kerala Congress, but the timing of this article is something that will be put to test. There will be question raised on why at all Shashi Tharoor had to put something to paper at the moment when Bihar is going into polls. I'm sure those feelers will begin to do the rounds at the moment. We are yet to hear from the senior party leadership as far as the Congress party is concerned. But would you think Shashi Tharoor had taken into account all of these factors before writing this article?
I mean, Tharoor is a politician who is a 4-time MLA, and an article coming out at this time, this is something which is published this weekend. So he will know, knows that an article coming out at this time will definitely be discussed. It will have several meaning, and in the past also his articles, his statements have all been questioned. There has been discussions over this, Congress coming out and many Congress leaders at times making statements against this, both publicly and in private. So definitely Tharoor, as a politician, he would know that an article coming out at this time would definitely have its implications, but we are yet to speak to Tharoor or sources close to him as to whether this was originally aimed at coming out at this time itself.
It's a full circle for the Congress party also when Shashi Tharoor writes, Neetu, and he takes into account all of the examples, whether it is India's first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to the current leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi. So, of course, it's an amalgamation, and the recipient, not in a good way, of the flack is going to be Congress.
Definitely, that's correct. He started the article by talking about that one family, the Nehru Gandhi family, has covered the Indian politics for long. Then he goes on to take other examples, whether it's Mulayam Singh Yadav, the Shiv Sena, the BJD, the DMK, or even Mamta Banerjee and Mayawati. So goes on to say that, and goes on to drive home the point that this should be done away with, otherwise it poses a great threat to the democracy. Definitely, this is something which the Congress had tried to avoid in the past also, and this was one criticism against the Congress that the BJP has been leveling. That this
Absolutely,
is
and that is the exact reason why we are saying he has almost given it to the BJP on a platter right at the time of Bihar elections. Neetu, thank you so much for that perspective. We also have Salim Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, who is now joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Dharnidharan, what do you make of this article, the timing that is written by Shashi Tharoor, where he's questioned the dynastic politics, and he does make a mention of DMK, sir?
See, I haven't read the article, so I can't explain much. But what I can say is that my leader has been in public life for more than 55 years. Right? It's not that he was parachuted and landed in a position. He joined as a grassroots cadre where he worked for decades, and then he contested the MLA election. Then he took charge of the youth wing, and from then he became the mayor of Chennai, and then he became a minister. Then he became DCM, and then he became the chief minister. Right? He has been with the party 55 years. It is the wish of the cadres to elect him. See, when someone serves for 55 years, all the cadres know him, and there have been several players who've been in politics for 55 years in the DMK, but cadres chose him. Right? So the internal democracy in the party is alive. Right, so it's internal democracy within the party which is choosing who should be the president of the party, who should be the general secretary of the party, and that is the position the DMK is filled, or any other party for that matter. And also, when we are contesting elections, it's the people who are voting. Right, after the people select their representatives, MLAs, these MLAs in turn select the chief minister.
Right,
so
but
what
sir,
is the problem here?
while you say that, if we take a look at the recent decision that has come in from the DMK anointing Udaynidhi Stalin to the deputy position, that also did not go down well with very many of the senior leaders of the DMK, and that is something that has been much debated as far as politics in Tamil Nadu is concerned. So the larger point that a senior Congress leader like Shashi Tharoor is making, talking about dynastic politics and how this must end, and he's not just taking the India context, but right now it becomes very, very significant because BJP is going after India bloc parties, particularly the Congress or the DMK for that matter, over this very point.
Ma'am, firstly and foremost, BJP has the highest number of dynasty MLAs in Maharashtra. For example, one of the top leaders in BJP, the Home Minister, his son does not play any cricket, but he's heading the ICC. So, what I am saying is, in a democracy, it is the will of the people that is supreme. Elections happen, and then they select the ML. People select the MLAs. The MLAs in turn select the chief ministers. So the moment the democratic process is complete and someone is chosen as the chief minister, the matter ends there. When it comes to my DCM, it was a wish of the cadres based on which he headed the youth wing, and because he did a fantastic job as a youth wing, he was given an MLA ticket, and he won with the second highest margin in Tamil Nadu. And then because of his work in organizing Chess Olympiad, he was given to a sports ministry after a few years. And because he did well and there was echoes within the party, it was not that he was arbitrarily made. There was echoes within the party cadres and by other ministers and other MLAs that he was made the DCM. And I don't think there is nepotism at any level.
Okay. Mr. Dharnidharan, thank you so much for that perspective. I would appreciate you joining us here on CNN News 18. An article that is written by senior Congress leader Mr. Shashi Tharoor. He goes on to talk about how dynastic politics is a bane when it is about the country, and how meritocracy should be given the leap, and this is the way forward. The one thing that is missing from that analysis of Shashi Tharoor is how he doesn't make any mention of the Bharatiya Janata Party or possibly the anointments that have come on that side, and that is also the curious question. But certainly this is giving enough ammunition to the BJP, to the NDA altogether, during the times of election, particularly in the state of Bihar. We go into a very short break. We come right back.